And we are back. Hello, listeners. It's Regine here, bursting with energy as always, and you are tuned in to Rudy's Sports Business Notes. Now, if you missed our last episode, I highly, highly recommend you scroll back and give it a listen. Rudy and I unpacked the first 4 megatrends in sports marketing heading toward 2026. Think next-gen fan immersion, data-driven engagement, women's sports smashing commercial ceilings, and the whole purpose-driven sponsorship revolution. Such an overachieving list. Even my mum texted to say she understood NFTs for the first time. Well, sort of.
Could be a first, right? Hey all, Rudy here. Good to be back. You know, Regine, last week we focused so much on how sport builds that emotional connection and trust with fans, but today we get the flip side. How do we actually turn all that engagement into value? How are clubs, leagues, and brands converting those relationships, those goosebumps, into sustainable revenue and impact?
Exactly. And, funny story, I nearly impulse bought a team scarf during a live-streamed netball final because of a cheeky little pop-up. One moment, I'm fist-pumping a match point. The next, I'm hovering over add to cart. And that, my friends, is where marketing is basically collapsing the distance between inspiration and purchase. So, let's break down the final trio of big trends, flipping the script for sports marketing ahead of 2026.
All right, let's talk commerce because sport isn't just about butts in seats or eyeballs on screens anymore. The real action is in turning every fan touchpoint into a possible sale. Direct-to-consumer or DTC sales are tipped to pass $60 billion by 2026. And that's not pocket change. It's growing nearly 30% faster than sponsorship and ticketing revenue. That's from PwC's latest sports survey, by the way. It's massive.
Absolutely wild. We're seeing the rise of what I like to call see it, want it, buy it, from TikTok Shop to shoppable live streams. And, Rudy, remember Amazon's Thursday Night Football? That show basically let you buy whatever was featured on the broadcast, real time, with just a couple of clicks. The result? Over 13 million viewers tuning in, record Black Friday engagement, and retail sales spiking like mad. It's like teleshopping, but, fun and relevant.
Yeah, and here's the kicker. How do you create these frictionless paths to purchase, but still keep things authentic? The last club I worked with, we tried these QR codes on the seats and in concourses, scannable for exclusive merch drops, only on match day. It actually worked pretty well, but you've got to make the offer feel like a reward, not just a cash grab, right?
Completely agree. If fans suspect it's just another marketing ploy, you lose them in seconds. It's about trust, convenience, and making every transaction feel like it's part of being in the community. Like I always say, every tap, scan, or click feeds the bigger story, and the brands treating content, commerce, and community as one ecosystem are winning. Well, except maybe my wallet, which is clearly losing. But commerce isn't the only battlefield, is it? There's a tension. Sports have gone from having captive Saturday afternoon audiences to fighting for every minute people are awake. The average fan is now on 5 different platforms a week. TV, TikTok, OTT, sometimes all at once. And no surprise, under 35s are skipping full games for highlights or short clips. I think 56% prefer snack-sized storytelling according to YouGov Sport, which I probably overquote at every dinner party. Guilty.
I'm the same, honestly. YouTube TV's multi-view for the NFL is a perfect example. Fans can watch 3 or 4 games at the same time now. When that came out, average viewing time jumped 27%. It's like, you can't compete on just being there, not anymore. You've got to provide flexibility so people dip in and out on their own terms. But Regine, is there a risk it's just information fatigue? I sometimes compare it to scrolling through 20 open tabs. You see everything, but remember, like nothing.
Totally. It reminds me of one of my weirdly strategic board games. No one's sticking to a single strategy or screen, and you never know who's going to make the unpredictable, winning move. That's the challenge for sports marketers now. Create content journeys that are flexible, but somehow keep fans emotionally invested. I mean, you don't want to be the loudest, just the most meaningful in the chaos, so people actually want to come back. Which is, actually much harder than it sounds.
I think that's why you see such a big push towards stories and rhythms that suit every mood. Short social stuff, full-length docos, real-time highlights. The brands who treat their content like a community gathering, rather than one-way broadcasts, have the edge. I might be wrong, but the numbers say flexible storytelling wins the attention economy game every time. And now, on to something even bigger: responsibility and sustainability. For years, these were just buzzwords or tucked away in the appendix of an annual report. But now, sustainability has gone straight to the core of sports business playbook. 74% of global sports execs say it's essential for brand credibility, up from 41% 3 years back, according to PwC. That is a wild jump in priorities.
Couldn't agree more. And it's not just green logos and brag sheets for the sponsors either. Seattle Kraken's Climate Pledge Arena in the US is kind of the gold standard here. The world's first net zero certified sports venue, powered by renewables, all single-use plastics banned, and they even track waste down to the kilo in real time. It's honestly impressive and becoming the baseline, not the exception.
It's that move from talking the talk to actually making fans feel and experience the change. I remember at uni last year, we ran a waste reduction challenge at a local match. Fans got involved, sorted rubbish, swapped stories about sustainability, and honestly made the match feel more community driven. If you embed sustainability at every touch point, it's not just a policy, it's a real source of pride and belonging.
Absolutely. And fans want to see that. Nielsen's data shows 64% of fans are more likely to pay for or attend events if they know those events are environmentally responsible. For brands, it's not enough to sign the UN's climate framework. You've got to weave those ESG goals into the whole stadium, the match experience, and even the merch. It's genuine impact, not just approval seeking. So, zooming out. These 7 global trends we've explored, they're not each living in their own boxes. It's more like one giant evolving game of Tetris. Data, immersion, commerce, attention, inclusion, purpose, sustainability. They all mesh into a single playbook for sport marketing. The task now? Designing fan relationships that are meaningful, tech-smart, and genuinely sustainable, not just for show.
Couldn't have put it better. And especially for Aussie sport, localizing those global playbooks is huge. We can't just copy the US and hope it'll stick. It's about taking the best bits, like data-driven commerce, omni-channel content, or ESG campaigns, and making them fit our community's unique quirks, which, let's be honest, we've got a few.
Let's face it, I just checked my notes twice to make sure I got that $60 billion DTC number right. Wait, yep, it's $60 billion by 2026. This industry is moving so fast that I'm half convinced by next season, even Rudy and I will have AI co-hosts just to keep up. But that's why we'll be here, unpacking it together.
And with that, thanks for joining us for this 2-part deep dive into sport marketing's future. If you liked today's episode, give us a share, and as always, send through your questions for next time. Regine, it's been a pleasure as always.
Likewise, Rudy, keep your eye on those trends and your finger on the subscribe button. We'll see you next time on Rudy's Sports Business Notes. Bye for now.
Cheers. See you all soon.